Hello, 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 and welcome to the first broadcast on this channel, straight from Empire State Building. There are a lot of places that are no longer decorated for holidays. Tomorrow is the first official day after holidays when people will be back at work. But still, there are a few places that still look happily decorated for holidays. Just like you see at Empire State Building, inside Empire State Building now. And let's continue on. Let's see what New York looks like after Christmas. These past beautiful windows of Empire State. Looks like gingerbread. Trying to understand how this system works. Alright. Continue. You can see me reflection a little. And we will go to Fifth Avenue now and make our way up to Christmas tree. Not much longer before it will be removed. Tourists leaving New York. There were really big crowds a few days ago, even just yesterday. It seems like people were here for good to stay. You can still see a lot of people in New York. This is Fifth Avenue. Empire State Building is located on cross streets of 34th Street and Fifth Avenue. People are still happy after Christmas. New Year is not as widely celebrated here as Christmas, but still, I know that in some countries people are returning back tomorrow as well. Usually if holiday falls on Saturday, no holidays are moved to a different day. While if a holiday is on Sunday, then following Monday is usually an official day off. This video will be for about an hour. This is my first video in the English language. I respond to all comments under this video. I'm happy to see all of you. I will be doing live videos at least once a week. Most I will be covering New York, interesting places in New York, places which tourists visit and places which even locals don't know about. I will also cover events that happen pretty much every day in New York. Different parades. There will be no pants ride this upcoming weekend. It will be happening in Subway, and we shall see if there will be reception in Subway. It's not very low, but still, like you have connection on stations, but not between stations. So we're on Fifth Avenue and 35th Street, and we're making our way up to Christmas tree, which is located right across from a store called Saks on Fifth Avenue, famous store, flagship store. And cross streets are 50th Street and Fifth Avenue. That means we just have to walk up 15 streets. There are places which sell weed in New York, but Only one official place that sells it legally opened just a few days ago, and the line to get in was crazy. Most people are very much supportive of the fact that it's legal now and that they can buy it legally, even though honestly it was being sold all over the place right next to police long before that, and people were smoking it openly, and police could not do anything about these people. You can see pipes like that in New York. What are these pipes? As you can see, there are no cables hanging on streets of New York. That's because all communication, everything is under the ground, including heat, which is done with steam in Manhattan, and not just in Manhattan but also in other boroughs of the city, which are 5 in total. And if a pipe under the ground breaks, so that people are aware that it's dangerous and that it's hot, they put such a orange stick, so to say, and it must be taller than height of a normal human being, of an average human, or probably of a tall human being rather, so that steam does not burn anyone until they actually fix it. So this is not a very touristy place. Most tourists pile up near Empire State Building. Between here and I would say Bryant Park, which is on 42nd Street, there are not as many people. You will see bigger crowds as we get closer to Christmas trees. Oh, I see that people are joining now, which makes me very happy because I see that it works. Welcome to my channel. I don't know if I will be able to see comments here because I cannot do live directly from YouTube. But I'm using just a different program which I have never used before, so that I can start covering New York and you can see it earlier rather than later. Today is another warm day, so will be tomorrow, but tomorrow will be more rainy. Well, today it was supposed to be sunny, even though sun is not really making its way through the clouds. Yesterday was a beautiful day with 15 degrees Celsius above zero. Today is about the same. I'm actually wearing fall/spring type of clothes, and it's very comfortable weather. I really hope that every winter will be like that. But I actually do want to see snow in New York, because when it snows pretty badly, but then the city becomes so beautiful. So I hope that it will snow like 3 times this year. Most tourists are from, I would say, Italy. There are also a lot of tourists from France and from Germany. To get to New York, to get to America these days, people have to be vaccinated, and yeah, that's it. I think it's one of the very few countries that hasn't put down that rule yet. I mean, hasn't removed that rule yet. The only people who don't need to be vaccinated to travel to the United States are actually Americans, people with American passports, and green card holders. So those who stay here, who live here legally 365 days a year. I wish I could see chat here if it's possible. Can someone please send a message? I have never used this app. Honestly, I don't yet know how it works, but I will be definitely looking more into it. And as I am saying all of that to you, we're approaching Bryant Park. in front of Bryant Park on Fifth Avenue, there is a famous New York City, New York Public Library. A beautiful building, looks more like a museum. It's free to get in there, and if you say that you are there for research, when you go to the top floor, you will be able to see the most beautiful hall of this museum, the hall that you probably saw in many movies. So this is the library on the left. More common library is on the other side. This is also a building of New York Public Library, but if the one on the left looks more like a museum and is more like, I would say, for like high-end type of research, then the building on the right is more like for everyday people who use it, who go there more often, and I think it's open more hours, it stays open longer, but that is not 100%. If we continue walking the same way straight for about 10 minutes, we will get to Times Square. We're not going there just yet, and I'm just afraid that connection there will break, so we won't make our way to that place today, but we will pass through Bryant Park, where there is still Christmas market, still Christmas/New Year's decorations, and a skating rink where you can see a lot of people all the time, regardless of time of the day or regardless day of the week. Under Bryant Park there used to be a cemetery. Now there are just hundreds and thousands of books. This is the biggest place with so many books in the whole city. This tall skyscraper is actually Bank of America, building of Bank of America, but there are offices of many different companies. And New Year, as you probably know, is celebrated on Times Square in New York. Times Square is just 1 block away from that building, and all tenants, even if you have to work late, even if you have to work on New Year's Eve, you must vacate the building, because Secret Service and other services that are preventing bad things from happening on New Year's put themselves there. So the building has to be unoccupied by tenants so that these services can make the city safe.
Okay, cool. Yeah, all right, I'm good.
So you still see Christmas decorations, but to be honest, I think by next weekend, which is this upcoming weekend, there will be nothing left. Nothing.
And you're famous with your own video.
After Christmas, after Christmas, people started to throwing out their Christmas trees. There are special places and special dates when and where you can dispose your Christmas tree. You cannot do it just like any other trash. It has to be on specific dates in specific locations, because there will be at some point services which will come and remove them. It's not like in a lot of other countries. Here it's done differently. And then Christmas tree, so what is left of Christmas tree, is used for good purposes somewhere. Same will happen with the main Christmas tree where we're currently headed, which is standing in front of Rockefeller Center. Now I will show you the skating rink. There are places of Christmas market here that are closed where you can make yourself comfortable and warm. There are other places that you can see outside where you can buy a lot of food mostly, but also some souvenirs to take home if you are visiting from another city or country. Right now there is no one at the skating rink because it's being cleaned. But you can still see a lot of people. There were even more before January 1st. Some tourists are now gone. They are returning back to their countries. So you can actually pass here, which was not the case before. There is a fountain. Okay. There is a fountain in front of the park. It's a regular fountain, nothing special about it. In such weather when it's about 15 degrees Celsius, above zero. But when temperature gets below 5 Celsius, this fountain becomes a masterpiece because it's all covered in ice. It's just some piece of artwork. I will be posting pictures on my Instagram if you want to check it out. My Instagram is NewYork_Natalia. I post pictures there every day, mostly stories, but not only. I wish I could see comments. Oh, I actually see comments. Anton, hi. Alexander, hi. I can see comments. Finally, good. Hi, guys. Thank you. I'm happy it works. So there is that fountain to the right and to the left. That's part of Christmas market. And we will walk now on avenue, which is called 6th Avenue. It's also known as Avenue of the Americas. I will show you all the leftover Christmas decorations, and then we will go to Christmas tree, to the main Christmas tree of the country. Hello, Eugene, only English. And on this channel, I speak English only. This is the channel that I created for English speakers and for people who actually want to learn English. And since I have a pretty bad accent, I think that people from other countries whose first language is not English can easily understand me. Hi everyone. Okay, I'm really happy it works. Really happy. Okay, so for New Year's, this whole street is closed because right next to it on Times Square there is the major event happening, which is drop of the ball. That little ball which you can see over there. So we are now on Avenue of the Americas. I will show you Empire State Building from here. Here is Empire State Building. And we will walk up 6th Avenue right now. Buses with tourists are full. Just recently, before America was open to tourists again, after 2020, these buses were very few. There were almost none of them, and they were almost always empty. Okay. Oh, still a lot of people. I wonder if Sync works on this app. Let's give it a try. That's me. Is it synchronized lips with what you see? This is entrance to subway. They're always very different, and sometimes it's actually really to tell where some entrance is, because it just, yeah, you have to find sometimes a hole in the building which is actually Subway. People are not rushing anywhere anymore. People are not cheering with joy for holidays. Life is returning back to normal. Actually, we'll be crossing now because it's pretty crowded here. So let's go to the other side. It looks somewhat like Texas here. Cowboys. Just yesterday there was a lot of traffic. There were a lot of cars on streets, but now streets. Perfect. Thank you, Anton. But now streets are almost empty. I hope that next year New York will not be as overcrowded as it was this year for sake of tourists, just because with so many people it's impossible to not just move but just to see anything through them. You can still see a lot of confetti which is left over from Christmas, or from New Year's rather. So during New Year, when the ball drops, they also spray confetti. So this confetti is left from New Year on Times Square. Some of them have wishes of people. So before New Year, there is a stand on Times Square with suggestions what you need to do with small pieces of paper which are post-its. So it suggests that you write your wish, and on New Year's Day and New Year's night, your wish along with other confetti just goes all over the place. It flies over New York, and maybe your wish will come true, which I'm sure it will. I don't see any confettis with wishes here, but I just see the empty ones. But it's also possible that the rain, which was on New Year's Day, just washed them away. You like my style? Thank you, Sergey. I appreciate it. Thank you very much. I like how all of you, speak English now. And I'm happy that I can see comments. NYPD. Still police that are taking care of safety, because still holidays are not over, and we need to make sure, they need to make sure that everyone here is safe. Trash. City is not, like, some city employees are not working during holidays, even though I must admit I see more and more people now compared to before who clean streets of the city, which makes me extremely happy. As it was not the case for many years. Also, New Year's celebration was not just joy and happiness, but also something bad happened with police. A guy with machete was injured, 2 of them. I don't know why someone would do something like that. I'm wishing them fast recovery. We're also glad that our comments are visible. Thank you. The hat and coat suits you very well. Thank you very much, but it's actually not a coat. I'm wearing something that looks more like a jacket. I'll show you one more time. So it's so warm that this is just, it's not even a coat. It doesn't even have sleeves. But thank you. And I have not put on a hat for so long, but since New York is warm and not windy, which is very, very rare, there's always wind, especially in Manhattan, I decided to put on a hat today. Tomorrow will be 17 degrees Celsius, but rainy, and then weather will start to get a little worse, remembering that it's still winter. I remember a few years ago on Christmas Day, I was in, where was I? Atlantic City? Yes. And oh god, it was like 25 degrees Celsius, above zero. How safe is New York right now? Not safe at all. I mean, it's improving, but you can still see a lot of crazy, mentally disabled people who just walk in streets like that. Just recently, actually today, when I was walking my dog, I saw a crazy person yelling from top of her lungs, and I don't know why nothing is being done with them. I mean, really unsafe. But I really hope for the best here. I really think that it will get much better. I see some improvements, at least in terms of trash, so maybe that too will improve. Thank you.
Welcome to my vlog.
People are so funny. So, was it last year? One second. So, I think last year one of these trees burned down completely. I think it's the second one. So some crazy person, speak of safety, burned a Christmas tree right in front of Fox News building, and now there is extra protection. So before you could come much closer to it. Now there is a fence. There are actually 2 layers of fence, and there is also always a security guy who walks around making sure that it's kept safe. So this is one of my favorite Christmas trees. It's not real, but it's still very beautiful, especially with skyscrapers in its background. And the sign reminding that Fox News is in this building. Fox News channel, that is. It's very popular among tourists, and now it's not really crowded here, but when there are more people willing to take a picture with it, with that Christmas tree, they line up and patiently wait for their turn.
Hello, I'm 47.
So you see, there are 2 layers, 1 protection, 2 protection, and on each side there is a security person who makes sure that it's kept safely. Alright, so this is one of the most festively decorated streets for Christmas. It's almost always the same, but sometimes you still see some new things. So here is a fence, here is a Christmas tree from here. Unfortunately, this tree is a little dead, but I hope it will recover. And there's always a security person, as I said. Indeed, Anton, indeed. So there are guys who sell pretzels, burnt pretzels, which smell horrible, but thank God there is no wind now, so it's not as bad. This is new, so this square was repaired. It was under construction for several months, and it opened right before Christmas, and it's the first time when they put something down there, which is a Christmas tree, but it's not just a regular Christmas tree. It's a Christmas tree with a little secret, which I will show you just in a few seconds. So, this Christmas tree has a little hole, arch in it, and people love it for pictures. It looks completely different at night, but even now, it's pretty cool. Definitely original.
Zrobię bez czubka. Czekaj, a jeszcze...
I'm sorry. Now I will show you what is always there from year to year, which never really gets boring. Nice, yes, it is. So, balls which you put on Christmas trees, they're always in Fountain on 6th Avenue, right where we're walking right now. Across from Radio City Music Halls, where there are Christmas performances of Rockettes. Who are Rockettes? Rockettes are ladies who perform, who are very flexible, who do different tricks, who just perform, who give the spirit of Christmas to you in what they show. Between October and I think February. So these balls are lit up beautifully at night, sometimes with different colors, mostly in signature white color, but sometimes also in colors of Christmas and New Year's, which are green and red, sometimes blue. Speaking of which, Empire State Building also lights up for Christmas and different other holidays or events. I thought it would be lit up yesterday, but it wasn't, even though it was first day of the year, January 1st. But on the 31st it was very beautiful, but we couldn't see it because of the very, very low fog. Anton, come and dance here. And now we will go to Rockefeller Center. I will show you Christmas tree, main one of the country, which will be removed in no time, with a very famous skating rink in front of it. All buildings which surround us are buildings of Rockefeller Center. Even some competitors in terms of news networks such as Fox News and NBC. Oh, still a lot of people. Streets are still closed. They close them for, for actually what you see, for crowds and crowds of people during holidays. But I think they will be opening them soon. This year was the first, actually last year already. Today is the 2nd of January. So last year was the first year when in December, on some dates, streets, Fifth Avenue was closed on certain days, as I said, just to let people walk there, because the amount of people that you can now see in New York, a little before today, was crazy, just crazy. By the way, in this show, sometimes before the show actually starts, before the whole performance of the in October starts, you can see camels and other animals walking in streets of New York. They actually go to this building because they are part of the show. First, I didn't know that, and I was like, I thought I've seen everything in New York, but I was wrong. Usually this road... Oh, that's very nice of you. I will say about subscription. Thank you, Sergey. I understand. So usually this road is open for cars. Today it's closed and it creates a lot of traffic near the streets. But oh well, New Year is not and Christmas is not happening more than once a year, right? So if you guys like my channel, if you like New York, if you want to see more of New York, of different things that are happening here, of crazy people, of interesting events and other stuff, then I recommend that you follow my channel, that you subscribe to my channel, and to know when I go live, you can even put a little bell which is next to subscription button. then you will be able to join it in real lifetime. So, welcome to my channel. Don't forget to leave any comments. I answer them all. Any suggestions are welcome, and I'm happy to see each and all of you here. Rockefeller Center with the country's main Christmas tree. Yes, the main, the biggest, the most beautiful, the most Instagrammable, the most everything Christmas tree, and it's actually really beautiful this year. I cannot say the same about Christmas tree which was placed in 2020, but oh well, it was such a year, you know. But this year's Christmas tree is absolutely magnificent. But a bonus of Christmas tree back in 2020 was an owl which they found as they were placing the Christmas tree. And here you are, Rockefeller Christmas tree. Still here, still very beautiful, and on top of it, this is a star made of Swarovski crystals. Several thousand Swarovski crystals. Can you imagine? Can you imagine how much it's worth also? So, I will show you a skating rink, but I just have to walk around because it's overcrowded. Too many people. Thank you for all followers. Thank you for subscription. Thank you for all the likes. Thank you for all comments. I'm sure this channel will be very interesting. So, thanks to you, we will make it interesting together. Under us, there is a food court and post office and some other places that belong to Rockefeller Center. Straight ahead, that's St. Patrick's Cathedral, one of the most famous cathedrals in the whole city, if not country, and definitely the biggest Gothic cathedral in America. So let's try to see if we can go down to the skating rink. Yes, we can. Skating rink is also lit up at night in beautiful different colors. They removed poles. There were poles here with flags. They removed so that people can take beautiful pictures and come close to the skating rink. Christmas tree from here. And to the left, as soon as we turn, you will see what we see here every single year, and it also never, ever, ever gets boring. You might have seen it in movies, including Home Alone 2, where the boy was lost in New York. Angels. Beautiful holiday angels. I'm always happy when I see them being installed before holidays. That's when they start to make people, locals, happy, and then later tourists, because they are put here in November. Often meet celebrities on streets. Thank you for the question, Anton. Not as often now, but there are free events year-round where you can register, and once confirmed, you are able to see celebrities. So here is the Christmas tree. And I will show you Christmas market. They started putting this Christmas market only last year. Actually, do you mind if I just pass? Fountain. They usually switch off this fountain, but this was the first year when they put something in that fountain. They had construction for quite a while, and now they opened the fountain and water floats year-round, including when it freezes. Saks on 5th Avenue, that's the store which I was speaking to you about. When windows of the store open, there is a cool event with fireworks, with celebrities, with a lot of interesting things happening, including Rockettes that are performing in front of that building. And this year there was Elton John live, real Elton John, who was performing when windows of Saks, which are not as interesting this year to be honest, were opening. And when it gets dark, there is light show on Saks, a projection, a light show with Elton John's music actually. So this Christmas market, small booth, it's not exactly Christmas market. It's not exactly Christmas market, it's what's called après-ski, which is after skiing, after skating, après-skate or après-ski, it's après-skate probably. So you can just go to one of these booths and enjoy something warm to drink and whatnot. Still a lot of people, but next week I believe it will be much less crowded. I could never understand these flags. To me they are just not pretty, but oh well, what can I do? So these are the little houses. NBC News and today's show under where Anton, you can actually see celebrity if you wake up early, and sometimes you can even attend show which is called Today's Show with concerts of famous singers, and you can also see some celebrities there as well. So this street is also closed. Elton John, yes, music of Elton John on Saks Fifth Avenue. So this street too is closed. I will show you windows of Saks now, and then we will walk to my to the Christmas tree, which I think personally is the best, which I like the most. Even though that building is under construction currently, and last year everyone was completely, extremely disappointed that the most beautiful Christmas tree, maybe even competitor to the Christmas tree that we saw just now, was not put there. This year, even under scaffolding, they decided to build it. I already spoke to you in the beginning of this live about this pipe, so you already know what this is. And always ground next to it is very, very hot. Very hot. You can actually feel the steam rising. So Saks on Fifth Avenue closer. Impossible to walk Fifth Avenue. Fake monks. They are not real monks. They are just pretending to be such. They are just Chinese demanding money of people. Again, police couldn't care less. Road here on Fifth Avenue in this particular area is narrowed by 2 lanes. One lane is taken from buses. They have 2 lanes usually, but now just one. And one other lane on the other side is taken from cars. Why? Same reason. Too many people. And here are... Thank you for your questions, Anton. And here are windows of Saks on Fifth Avenue. These are not Christmas windows. These are everyday regular windows. Smells like horrible smell of burnt pretzels. These are regular windows, and I will show you Christmas windows now. Many people, many people. So Christmas window.
Minimum 10
One.
or 1,000.
To me, it's nothing. It's bad. Other years was much better. Not last year. This is 2. Nothing. It's nothing. Boring. Usually they're very like wow. This is 3. Again. Okay. Nothing special. The only interesting thing to see here is Christmas tree on the other side, right? Here is Christmas tree in front of Rockefeller Center. Ta-da! A lot of people.
Okay, I started working from the minute I finished high school.
So this is
Get high up and kill the thing.
4. Again, I'm not exactly sure what's so special about it, but okay. And the only one that is okay is number 5. But still, it's not like this store is a very, very expensive store. So as much money as this store. And St. Patrick's Cathedral. We won't go inside St. Patrick's, but we will turn to my favorite. December-January schedule, so I guess they finish maybe in January. I thought they run till February. Sorry. It's actually pretty poor, especially in the center, and not just because of the amount of people. Even when there were empty streets, it was not as good. Is it okay, Anton? Okay? Good or bad? New York is also famous for its trash. You can see trash piling up on all streets 24/7. Yes, it's taken away eventually, but during the day you can still see a lot of it laying around. Connection okay? Good. Thank you. So while I'm not showing anything yet, I'll show myself, and then I'll show you my favorite Christmas tree. Okay. So this is the building I was speaking to you about. This is a hotel. You see a lot of construction. It's been like that for more than 1 year, which is strange. And in New York, they try to do everything very fast. And there was no Christmas tree for the whole, last year, which made a lot of people unhappy. But this year, they did put Christmas tree, and I will show it to you right now. And then we'll go inside, and that's pretty much it for today. I'm just waiting for cars to pass. This is actually a hotel where a lot of celebrities stay, but mostly celebrities on a political level. A lot of politicians of such a level as presidents, prime ministers, and whatnot. So there is a person singing. That's my favorite Christmas tree. And nobody around. On top of Christmas tree, this year they also put this and this, which was never here. It's not real, but it's very beautiful. The other Christmas tree, which is here without scaffolding, is bigger, but looks the same. And inside, good, thank you, Anton. And inside the hotel, it's beautiful as well. I will show it to you right now. This is a 5-star hotel.
Do it quick before the baby turns.
So this is pretty. I'll show you view from the top. And yes, you can go inside most hotels here. The only hotel which I don't think you can really go to, but only during a certain period of time, is Plaza, just because they care about their tenants and people who stay there, and they want, or people who actually attend events there, and they want them to feel comfortable. That's why they block access to just visitors who just want to take beautiful pictures of that beautiful place. So, the name of the hotel is Lotte Palace. Indeed. I hope you enjoyed my first live in English on my new channel. I hope to see you in subscriptions, I would appreciate any likes and I will respond to any comments. Thank you for watching and I will see you next time. Bye bye.